G'day, guys. Well, guess what? You can see this.
Looking sharp, Dobbo.
Looking sharp, all right. Because
And what
you know
about your
what?
lunchbox that you brought in as well?
Mate, it's got a couple of little frothies, coffee over there. You know what you have to do? You need to punt with Ladbrokes to get more out of your footy multis. Now, I can only give you so much. So you go onto the Ladbrokes app, you make quick, smart picks with stats and insights from the last 5 games. It's all there on the Ladbrokes app. If you go looking, as you can see, a very, very easy thing to do at Ladbrokes. You track your multis in real time. It's all within the app. Jump on the Ladbrokes app today. I got to tell you, when I got on there, I was like, okay, how do you navigate this? And, you know, I'm not that bright with things, but it's so easy. It's so easy. So get on the Ladbrokes app today, punt with Ladbrokes, and get more out of your footy multis. You might even get yourself some good gear. Well, we're here, the grand final preview, and as it would be believed, the Broncos take on the Melbourne Storm in the biggest game of the year. In the NRLW, the women's Broncos take on the Roosters in what will be a huge game. Hello and welcome to Inside Ball.
You left out the Interstate Challenge as well.
The Burleigh Bears, take on the Warriors.
Warriors.
So New South Wales supporters, you've only got the Roosters. That's it.
That's it. That's all I got.
Doggy, Bulldog Richie, you bagged all that. You bagged everybody about that. Not cool at all. Hey, Kev, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you, Dobbo?
All right.
When are you been excited? When are you heading down to
We're
Sydney?
excited today. I'm going today. So that's going to be, you'll go tomorrow.
I'll go tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
Plenty happening, isn't there?
Yeah, let's start grand final week. Fan day yesterday at Suncorp Stadium. Thousands there. They flew down last night.
So what, they opened the gates up, have they?
Opened the gates up. All the fans there. Open training session. Then they chartered yesterday to Sydney. 2 planes, family, everybody down there. They're down in Sydney. They're ready to go. The week as a coach for a grand final. I spoke to Craig Bellamy yesterday on the phone. It's very different to what Melbourne are going through this week. Their early prep, very different.
Well, they got the jump
to
on the Broncos. They got the jump when they got through on the Friday night, which is the same thing that happened in 23.
Yep.
We were the first team in.
Yep.
So you can automatically get on the front foot. Hotels, training venues, tickets is a big thing, a massive thing. Trying to get your family, your friends, because everyone, and I've seen it in the last few days here in Brisbane. I mean, driving here this morning, I drove past 4 people wearing Broncos jerseys.
Yeah.
So it's mayhem. And a lot of the players obviously get a lot of ticket requests. Oh, mate, can you get mates
players? I don't want to make it about me. Mate, blokes coming out of the woodwork I haven't spoken to in 8 years. One bloke,
right.
5:58 p.m. The game finished at... Mate, there's people texting. Yeah,
can I give you 2 tickets?
6. I mean, it's been ridiculous. And that's a big factor.
That's a big issue, mate.
Okay, so I will say this. This is what I do know about what the Bronx have done.
Right.
They sent Matty Barradine to Sydney a week ago.
Yep.
A week ago. And so I think some of the stuff-ups that went on...
Well, Matt Barradine should be okay because he's done a few.
Well, he's stuffed up in the past. So anyway, that's me. I can tell you that now. That's me. But what Brisbane have done is, and from all the wrongs of 23.
Yeah, I'll tell you one of the wrongs was our security. Now we went to the grand final fan day, right? And poor old Reece Walsh, right, because of lack of security, he got attacked. And he said something back that he probably shouldn't have. But these are the little issues that can affect game day.
I agree.
Right. So having been in one already, the Broncos, and the Storm have been to 6 in the last 10. So this is not a fresh start for the Storm.
Yeah.
They know what to do this time of the year, and they know they've been there and won, and they've also been there and lost. And they were there last year. So I'm sure there were some learnings because things change all the time.
Yep.
So
okay.
Right, so it's a big headache for the players.
I think Brisbane have learnt from their mistakes on that part. But how big those 2 extra days...
Do you remember that with Walshy?
I know exactly what happened.
You would have been down there.
I was there. It was
but
crazy.
The bus, it was a simple thing.
Yeah.
The bus didn't pull up close enough
and
to
so
where
they had to
where they
walk
went on
there
stage.
and they got attacked.
And they were walking through fans.
Yeah.
And the fans, the Penrith fans, they give a little bit of lip. The Broncos fans do as well.
Well, she probably shouldn't have reacted.
She react?
Yeah.
Have you not
something
seen
about your mother? I think he said. Like, but anyway, we don't need to go down that road.
I wonder if he's he's out of his cup this morning. You seen that?
He'd be happy, mate. Can I ask you this?
So big move.
How much does the week affect Sunday?
Well, it's all in the preparation, Dobbo, certainly. And if you don't get your preparation right, it just doesn't put you in a good position on game day. And I saw, in 23, I thought we had a great prep into it. There's little things that happen, but that's normal. Little things happen here as well. Nothing's ever perfect, but you need to get it as close as perfect that you can. And I thought our preparation in 23 was good. There were some learnings. You can always do things better, but, and the learnings from that will be good for this current group coming in. Because how many backing up from 23?
11.
11.
Yeah,
right.
11 in that side. So, 11. So, it's...
Yeah, but they're all fresh coaches. They're all new there. They've got the same similar performance stuff.
Yeah, so, it's different, but it's the same.
So, one of the learnings from 2023 was not staying near the stadium too early.
Yep. Well, they're not even staying near the stadium this time.
Right, because you know what happens, Dobbo? We rolled in there on the day before, which was late, but there was fans everywhere.
Mate, Kev, I saw it last week with the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs played Penrith. The Bulldogs stay at the stadium. So they went for a swim in the morning. They're walking back at like 10 o'clock. They're getting hammered by fans.
Yep.
So
that's a learning.
And so the Broncos have taken that out. They're staying in the city. They're nowhere near they're not going to be
nowhere near the stadium.
Nowhere near the stadium.
That was
they're getting
problem.
a bus from there. Police escorted to the ground. It won't be like they're not doing that.
Right.
So and that's fine. That's how they operate. I'm happy with that. I think that's a good thing, but it will bode well. Both sides will train out at the stadium. That's where they'll have.
So they'll have 2 sessions in Sydney.
2 sessions in Sydney.
Yep.
That talking to Adam Reynolds and talking to yourself in the past, all that stuff's been done. Like it's just walking through your game plan. You're not going to be doing a lot of real physical training.
No. It's more around your tactics.
It's tactics and getting it right.
Making sure you get your head around.
Yeah, and going through the set plays, walking through. It's very much like an Origin week, is it a little bit? Like in that sense?
Simple, although no, it's not like an Origin week because these players have been together for 7 months.
Yep.
Like Origin, they get together for a short block of 3 or 4 weeks. So this is different to Origin. Right?
Yep.
This is everyone who plays in the NRL. They want a ring, mate. They want to get a ring.
Yeah.
So, and Origin is great, and we love it for that time of the year. But you speak to anyone who's won a premiership v an Origin series win, and they'll take the premiership every day of the week.
I think for me, this is just me, that I can't split them. Now I'm going to get to these both sides in a minute, but I just want to talk about the NRLW just quickly.
Yep.
Both sides, the Roosters have been the dominant side for a long period of time, but I think the Tamika Upton, Ali Brigginshaw.
Tamika Upton, she's the one, mate. Ali's
a
great skipper, and she's been there before, so she'll have a cool head when things do get a bit heated. She's very calm under pressure.
I can't see the Roosters winning this one. I literally think that
they beat them a few weeks back.
Yeah, but they got to a lead, and then they got run down, and they've been smarting ever since. It's their only loss they had all season.
Yeah, well, the Roosters are undefeated, aren't they?
Yeah, but guess what?
They're about to be defeated, are they?
She's a coming. Yeah, I like that for that. Let's unpack the game of the year, the grand final.
Now, I have got some concerns with the early start that the Storm have. Right, they finished 48 hours before the Broncos even played. That's an advantage, and don't let people tell you it's not.
Well, Shane Webke tells me it's not. He said after 4 days prep, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter. He said it does not matter from a recovery perspective.
I'm not talking about your body. I'm talking about your mind, and all the different issues. If I've been honest, if I could be the Storm playing on Friday night or the Broncos playing on Sunday, I'm the Storm every day of the week.
Well,
so that's a little advantage for the Storm.
They can't use that as an excuse.
No, it's not going to be an excuse, but it is a little advantage, Dobbo, and no one's talking about it much.
Well, the NRL, I mean, you can't.
I don't even know why they played on the Sunday. It's ridiculous.
Okay, it was because of Ricky. because everything started. And, mate,
But hasn't been done for 10 years,
guess
mate.
what? Broadcasters love an afternoon ratings, and it has
play
rated the house down.
Well, play the Storm on
I
Saturday
thought the
night.
Storm. Yeah, well, they didn't want to clash with the grand final, AFL grand final.
Yeah, well.
That's the honest truth. They didn't want to clash with the AFL grand final.
Anyway, it's you know
it's
what
been done.
They're both in. You know, at the start of the year, you want to be there on grand final day, so they're both there.
Both there.
That's
Both
a
good rosters.
big advantage, right? How did the Storm win it?
I want to start with this. I want to start with the Broncos first.
Righto.
Ben Tolte gets left out.
Yeah,
That's 17's right. You had to leave players out. It's funny, I spoke to Corey Jensen the other day and he said, you know, it was a hard thing. That was a hard decision you had to do to leave him out.
Yeah.
But you know what? He gets another chance. It's just part of the
It's
deal.
driven him, mate, to get there this year. You know,
Yeah.
again, he's had a great season for the Broncos.
But you think about the players that aren't in this side who have contributed heavily. Okay? Selwyn, Bill, Tolte, Jesse Arthurs, Jack Kajeski, Jaden Hunt, 6 players that have played huge amount of games this year through injury or selection aren't going to be in that side. And that's just part of what makes a squad up.
It's very common.
Yeah.
And you need your squad of 30 to make
the GF.
To make the GF. Because it's not just who plays, but also your training habits, Dobbo.
Yeah.
You know, the way you train is affected by the attitude of the top 30, not the attitude of the 17 blokes just playing on that weekend. It's the whole of group. So, it does take a whole squad of 30 to get them into this position to be, at the grand final.
Okay, so how do Brisbane win it?
Brisbane, well, they just got to play Brisbane football. I mean, they've shown that they can defend their try line really well, so that needs to be obviously part of their plan. But also the key to beating Melbourne is that Melbourne like to get away to flyers. Early tries, early pressure, in leading at halftime, and they rarely get run down, right? And that was the same for Penrith and their tactics, but Penrith were a tired footy side. In that second half, you could see some of their key players just fatiguing right at the wrong time. Whereas the Storm are fresher, so, the Broncos need to go with them from the kickoff, which they will. I mean, they got some big game players there, the Broncos. To match anything that the Storm, Payne Haas. What about him last week?
Huge, massive.
80 minutes.
We talked about that. But
so the start really important.
They need to okay. So it's the start,
even to a point where they need to get first points, right?
Yeah,
if they can,
you don't think they're not going to pull? Like I was watching 360 the other night, and Bulldog said you wouldn't want to let them get 14 ahead. The Melbourne Storm, will not. You will not catch them.
No, but the other thing, if you can score first against the Storm, it disrupts their mentality. Because they're used to scoring first and getting on the front foot. In the last 2 finals, they've been the first try scorer, and that just gives them confidence and momentum, right? But this Brisbane side have shown they got a fair bit of resilience there, and they back themselves, and they need to play their style of football, which is getting through your sets is certainly a big part of that, but taking your opportunities when they present. Now they got strike on both sides of the field, haven't they? And through the middle. That's my worry with the Storm. Who's going to punch through the middle for them to beat the Broncos? Who's going to punch through the middle?
Well, they got some star power as well. Don't worry. They got Eli Katoa. They got Sean Law and Stefano Tucumano.
Right, Stefano. Now he's had a bit to say, hasn't he?
Shut up, mate. Don't even start that. You shouldn't be going
You be careful. He knows our address.
I don't care, but he shouldn't be mouthing off. Craig Bellamy would have hated that. He would have hated that he didn't like them and their egos. I mean, he's talking about Reece.
Well, Reece's
talking about Reece. Let's just be honest. He's talking about Reece because him and Payne are great mates. They've been in the Origin camp together, great mates. But, mate, the ego, like he's talking about Reece. Simple. And he doesn't want to say it. And Ezra. You don't know what you don't know, big fella. You don't know what you don't know. So Brisbane win by punching. And I think Carrigan coming back. I think
Pat back in the middle, very good for the Broncos.
How long do you shift Hunt to 14?
I think
Hunt at 9 and bring Ezra on. How long would you be?
They used that well last week.
32 minutes they brought him on.
Right, he might even be on a bit earlier because I think the way the Storm play is flat and fast through the middle. So Corey Pakes is going to be making tackle after tackle after tackle. So I don't know how long he will. I don't think he'll last 30 minutes. I think when he's a very fit player, but that's how the Storm play. Harry Grant out of there picking up runners, Munster and Hughes.
Yeah,
they're the three, and you got little Pappenhausen.
They're very good. I mean, we talk them up.
So
It's a
Jerome
very good
Hughes
team.
was incredible last week, coming back from that fracture.
Sure.
We spoke about that, on the podcast earlier in the week. So he looks he's their danger man, like Munster as well, but Jerome Hughes. Mark him, Broncos. Stop him, and you win the game.
Right. They're dead set underdogs. The Bronx are underdogs.
Yeah, I saw that, but
Yeah.
I can't split the two teams, Dobbo. It's very hard to try and. Obviously, I'm a Brisbane fan, but it's hard to see Brisbane not winning, and it's also hard to see the Storm not winning.
I can see the Storm not winning. They're not going to win. It's Broncos victory, mate.
Righto.
Broncos. Let's
Well,
go.
I hope it is for
For everybody. How do the Storm win?
well, they need to get off to that good start, right? And
It's the spine. Their spine fires.
Well,
Let's be honest.
Let's have a spine off, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Whoever.
Okay. Walsh wins.
Yeah.
Right. I think Reynolds is a better halfback than Hughes. I'm just going to say it. And I know people. You'll say, oh, they can't split them. And I don't think you can split. I don't think you can because their bench is weaker. I don't think you can split. I'm using Hunt and Mam as a 6 compared to Munster.
Oh, you're going to put two Broncos up against poor old Cameron Munster.
You know what I'm saying. But I think Harry Grant is better than their 9s. And I think you want to talk about a difference? It comes down to one player. They're so evenly matched, the rest of that spine. But Harry Grant is elite. And if Harry Grant fires, which we know, we've seen him at Origin level, so to me,
they could be in a bit of trouble.
That's the trouble.
But the only way that Harry Grant can fire is if he gets
early ball, quick ball.
That's fast, quick play the balls.
Yeah.
Right? Can the Storm middle forwards create that? I'm not sure.
I don't know if their middles are there, but I can tell you who is there.
Well, let's not give them any ammo.
Ellie Katoa and Sean Bloor.
Yeah, they're two good edges.
And Liero is a good footballer.
Yeah.
He's played very good. Played at Origin this year. He was very good.
He's playing his 100th game. So if you do the old fashioned, man
I did
for
it
man,
yesterday. It's even.
It's even, mate.
It's even. I did man for man, and it was even yesterday.
It's even.
Yeah. So that is huge. Okay, we need to have a tip.
Well,
I'm tipping Brisbane.
Right. Well, I'll go Brisbane as well. I'll support you this weekend. All right.
You think Brisbane will win it?
I think they can win. Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I think Brisbane can as well. And I know it's difficult for you. I get it. And I said this is
It's
your
not
team.
difficult, mate.
Well, they inherited your team. Yeah. If anybody built this, and I've said this, you inherited a basket case in 21. You got them to a grand final. Maguire didn't inherit a basket case. He got a roster and he got them to a grand final.
Yeah.
This is your team. It's your coaching staff. You put them there, and you say, you know what? I do. I want to say you should be feeling bloody proud because in a lot of way it's been vindicated for everything.
Yeah, well,
I
I did put a lot of work into that that group and that roster and that club.
So it's there. I hope they win.
Two grand finals in 3 years.
Huge.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Bloody real good. Exceptional.
That's
Exceptional.
pretty good. I thought so.
Fair roster. Okay, questions for Kev, and they're coming thick and fast. Will Stevano's comments spur Brisbane on?
They're always inspiring. He looked pretty comfortable saying that, though, so it just creates for great atmosphere on Sunday, Dobbo. And for a middle forward to say what he did, he's obviously going to back that up. And I would think the Broncos would have something to say about that.
Kev, would you like to go fishing with a veteran on one of your episodes?
Fishing, as long as we catch some fish. Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Koh Samui?
You're just not inviting him either. I like fishing as well. How important is it controlling field position and the ruck in the game? Thank you, Blake. Very technical.
Yeah, that's it's the game, isn't it? Controlling that ruck, the ruck speed, and field position is very important. That's where the Broncos don't sort of worry so much about their field position because they can attack from anywhere. But the Storm rely heavily on good, like Penrith, owning that field position all the time, which I don't think they'll get it all their own way because the Broncos, with Reece Walsh, now I'm not sure if you noticed, but he's kicking a lot more, even with Renault back in the side. He can kick the ball, like his left foot kick, we know he's got the 40-20, but also the height that he gets on those longer kicks, huge advantage for the Broncos.
Would you prefer, this is a very interesting question, would you prefer Sunday's Broncos team or your team 2 years ago playing in the grand final?
Oh, well, I have to say the team 2 years ago.
Yeah, simple. Okay. What do you reckon about having two utilities up the bench when Storm have a great middle pack? Utilities in Mam and Tyson Smoothie, but Smoothie did play it.
They're fortunate with the rotation of the Broncos. You've got Carrigan, Haas and Smoothie
Yeah.
that can all play big minutes.
Yeah.
And this game will be fast. So that's really important with your interchange, that you're not just running blokes on and off all the time.
Yeah.
And with Ezra Mann parked there, he'll probably come into the game around that 30-minute mark again. So there's one interchange chewed up already.
Yeah.
But they save one by moving Hunt to hooker.
Yeah. When will the hats be available? Well, you saw that yesterday. They're available.
So how do you get a hat?
Well, you hit the link. We saw that yesterday. It's up on our bio. You don't need to ask that question. It's there. So you know that. Well done, Megan. But you know what? They're selling like hotcakes. Okay. Can I also ask this? Sunday, Grant Atkins, he was scared to blow the whistle.
Well, as long as both teams are aware of that and know that, right?
Yeah.
Now, we know the Storm can be a bit sneaky, can't they?
Yeah.
With their interpretations of the rules. But the Broncos got to be smart enough to do the same.
That's one of the questions. What is something sneaky Melbourne might do in the game?
Well, they'll try and slow the game down,
Yeah,
obviously.
big time. We know that. That's Belly 8 special.
And they like talking to the referee as well, which has been handed down from their former captain, Cameron Smith. They like to have a conversation regularly with the referee.
Yep. Freddie Belford, Broncos to win by 13. Freddie.
He's confident, Freddie.
Freddie, that's a statement. That's not a question. We've talked about this before.
I know that Freddie follows the podcast. I've seen him up and about. He's excited, mate. He's just excited, Freddie.
That's a statement. That's a statement. We've said that. We don't like statements here. We're all about questions for Kev.
One is enough, Fred.
This is a very good one, and I'd like to know this one. Thank you, C-Day89. What does Kevie do for fun in the off-season?
Well,
that's a great question. I'd like to know that. Kev, what do you do?
I'm going to take the Kangaroos over to England and have a 3-test series. I've organised that.
That's your fun.
That's what I call fun.
That's fun. Okay. What's the most important thing somebody should do on grand final day?
What's the most important thing? What, a player?
Yeah. In the lead-up, prep.
Yeah, just relax. Don't play the game before the game starts.
Yep.
That was talking to Reece Walsh through the week, he's so much more comfortable now than
what he was.
Just the experience of the ground. And he was only a kid.
Tizzy talked about you unbelievably to the media this week. I've got to just stop you there. He spoke. He said there's never been a coach in his whole career that's let him express himself the way you did and let him be who he was and restricted. He said this publicly, and I said it's a real credit to you. He came out and said it this week with all the media there. He was as open, and I think that'll come out. I think Bomber's going to write that later this week, but it was unbelievably kind what he said.
Well, Dobbo, you can't cage players up and not let. That's one thing that I learned from being a Bronco.
Yeah.
Like, if you go back in time, Wally Lewis was, the Australian captain, the Queensland, the world's best player.
Yep.
At the Broncos. Now, it's not always easy to manage those type of players, but you have to let them express themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
If you don't do it, you don't get the football out of them.
No, I agree.
And there's things that, as long as they're not disrupting the standards of the team, I got no problem.
Okay. Jeffro, Broncos need to win the toss and kick off. Jeffro, that's a statement, mate. We don't. That's not a question.
Winning the toss,
and kicking off.
Yeah,
we get that.
Well, I always like to kick off.
Yeah,
get into the game with your defence, but it's not a big thing.
Thanks for an awesome season, guys. I'm going to miss.
Hey, we're not finished yet, Dobbs.
Hang on. I'm going to miss 3 episodes a week. When will be the next episode?
Well, you can answer that.
All right. Okay. So we will be going in the off season, and we have special guests. But we will continue the Inside Ball during the Kangaroos tour because. Obviously, and you'll be linking with us. You won't be here with us.
No, we'll have a special.
Darcy and I tried to get on the plane, but Kevy stopped it. He blocked us coming. He blocked us going over there. It was a bit like Magic Round. I don't know who you are. Remember those days? Like when I don't know you. Who are you again? Remember that? Yeah. And that's what when I said, Kev, I'm coming to England. He said, No, you are not. There's only one place, Inside Ball. So we will be doing Inside Ball here,
and we'll get some guests on.
We have guests on, and we have special hosts, and we've got an unbelievable. We've got some guests coming on, some players who aren't also Broncos, and that will be starting to drop next week as well.
And then when I get back from England, we'll continue the show for a week or two.
And then I'm having a
break.
Do a couple of reviews. Then we're having a break.
Then we're going to have a spell.
I'm going to Koh Samui, e.g. Cleveland and the US. Peace out. Okay, Ladbrokes. Now, I'm not going early, but thank you to Ladbrokes, Mates Mode, and our hosted pot. Now, we are open again. It's open. So get in. It's $25. It's the best money you can spend. Most fun. Last week, not so great. also had a little bit to do with the administrator for our hosted pot he might have been whiskied.
Was he?
That's all right. That's okay. He's allowed one drop of the ball, but I'm back involved heavy this weekend. I'm focused. We'll be having a crack at the horses on Saturday. Then we'll be going at the NRLW Grand Final and then the men's final. So they're the three real plays that we're going to have. So get on.
So we're tipping a Broncos double.
It's a Broncos victory.
Yep.
It's like, and we're not wavering from that. Might even go harder. I might even go a bit harder.
Well, that's up to you, mate. It's
I
your
might
pot.
even say, I'm going to say it now.
What?
There will be a 3-leg multi involved. Burley, Bronx. Watch your space.
There you go.
You just watch your space. Okay, so we'll be doing that. Now, Monday, public holiday to you. We still work. Kevin and I will still be working. Kevie's got to announce an Australian side on Monday, but we will be having our review of the grand final. It will be dropping on Monday as well. Yes, that's right. Before he announces the Kangaroo team, he might even give us a little
bit of powder.
bit of powder. Maybe give us a little bit of powder because of that. All I'm going to say is we haven't talked about the James Tedesco thing. How disappointed were you when he rang up? Brother's wedding.
Oh, I think he's got some knee problems as well.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's not all
he
that,
needs to get, and that needs recovery.
Yeah.
And next year's a big year for the Roosters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He would have been on the plane.
He would have been,
Yeah, he would have been on the plane.
Yeah.
So it's a
He's had a great year.
Yeah, but I guess what? Opens it all up. Reese boy, I've been saying this for a little bit of time. We're starting to put this team together. Anyway.
Well, he's in the picture, isn't he?
Go the
There on
Broncos.
Sunday.
Go the Bronx. We're all for you. Thank you for another preview of what will be a huge grand final.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Monday. Go the Bronx.
Enjoy grand final day, folks.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.